So let's have a look at some scores before we jump in the lobby. There doesn't seem to be many drivers in the lobby, to be honest, tonight. So Hirakram running away with things a little bit at the minute. He's got 140 points on in first, driving for Team Oliver Racing, who are actually leading the Constructors' Championship. IGTSH Joker driving for Team Coca-Cola in second and 101 points, so 39 points behind Hirakram. Potomac Pot sitting in third, he's on 95 points, driving for Team We Are Driven. P1 Don in fourth, driving for Team Coca-Cola, also on 80 points. Fat Pickles Bro in fifth, driving for Team Google, 79 points for fifth for him. Manny in sixth, he's driving for Team Samsung, 77 points on board, alongside Mutt, who's also got 77 points on board, driving for Team Red Bull, so joint sixth. Danny ST in 8th, he's got 72 points on. IGTSH Audi Ferry 70 points on for 9th. White Shark C 10th, driving for Team Samsung, 60 points. We've got Raffo in 11th, driving for Team Google with 57 points. MRC CJW Racing, driving for Team Rockstar in 12th with 55 points. LFC Fan 07 13th, digital driving for Digital Car Culture. Can't even get my words out tonight. 48 points, and then Aldo 14th, driving for Team Red Bull with 36 points on the board. So that's points up until tonight, after round 4 last week, or week 4 last week. Merch still available, people, t-shirts and stickers. If you want any of those, hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com, or fire me a message on the Facebook page or something. Don't throw rocks at the window, I don't appreciate that. So yes, let's just have a flick, and like I say, it doesn't seem to be many in. 8 drivers. Potter, Danny, Manny, Mockin, Fat Pickles, Audi Ferry, Raffo and CJ. That's all we've got tonight. Oh, it is an open quali, so any latecomers can join. So let's turn the usual nonsense on and we'll crack on with this qualifying. Drivers already out on track. Looks like they've put some times in as well. So Manny has just crossed the line and chucked himself on pole, 138.2. Still a couple of drivers left out on track. Fat Pickles has got himself second at the minute, 138.8. Watkins got a third on the grid with 138.9. Got Raffo in 4th with 1:39.0. Danny ST 5th, 1:58.9. Oh, sorry, he's got 1:48.9, but his time's not actually showing up. CJ, he crosses the line with a 1:51.8, but it looks like he's picked up a penalty somewhere. Potter is rolling around in 7th at the minute. Let's see what time he puts in. It's a 1:48.2, so he throws himself into 5th and then goes for a bit of fuel burning. Pushes Danny ST down a spot, and CJ and Audi Ferry rolling around at the back. Also doing a bit of fuel saving by the looks of things. So we'll stay with Manny. If he stops out, we'll do a lap with him. He is going to stop out by the looks of it. Crosses the line then. 37.8 is the quickest, which he's just put in. Let me just flick that back. Yeah, 1:38.78 he's just put in. So through that sweeping left-hander turn 1 into the chicane. Nice easy corner on the way in. You've got to watch those sausage curves on the 2nd and 3rd part of that chicane. Try not to run it out too wide either on the exit. Again, it will be a little bit tricky in the early stage of this race due to the amount of drivers trying to get through that gap. Down the hill then, full tilt, hard on the brakes into this almost hairpin. Raffo running a bit wide just in front. Still putting in good times here. We just saw a little purple sector through the little right-left chicane into the almost 90 right, almost 90 left. Again, very easy to run it out wide on this left-hander down to what's commonly known, well, what I call the pentagon. Through all those right-handers and back up the hill towards that double apexed hairpin at the top. CJ's just beaten Manny for pole. We'll see what Manny puts in this lap though. Nice line through there for him. Let's see what he puts in. Ferrari sounding good. It's not as quick as CJ's. It's a 1:37.4, so that is his fastest. CJ has put in a 1:37.4.33. Driving the McLaren is CJ. Ferrari for Manny. Fat Pickles in the McLaren as well. Mocking Weeks in the Hyundai. Raffo in the Ferrari. Potter McPot in the McLaren. And Audi Ferry in the Ferrari. So rules being that the car you chose for race 1 week 1 is the car you have to use for race 1 every week, and the same for the car you picked for race 2. You have to stick with that car for the rest of the season as well for race 2. You do get the option to change, but you lose an awful lot of points in the championship if you do decide to do that. And they do have to be different drivetrains as well, so front wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, rear wheel drive, etc. Can't have 2 4-wheel drives or anything like that. Some warnings being given out as well after last week. Just a reminder for drivers not to be weaving up and down the straights. You can make the defensive move just as you can in Formula 1, but yeah, weaving, we don't like that. CJ down on that 1:37.4. What are we? 8 minutes and 30 seconds into quali. So just over that halfway mark. Oh, CJ getting a little bit squirrely. There's those sausage curbs you've got to be careful of. He's still got himself on pole for the time being. How are we all doing, viewers? All right? I hope you're doing all right. I can see 4 of you watching. One of those might be me. It says 5 now. All right. Then a fresh set of tyres he's got to play with. Fat Pickles looks like he's come in last lap. Fresh set of super softs on for him. Weeks 4th on 38.2. Potomac Pot still 5th with that 138.2 himself. Danny ST still 6th, 138.7. Audi Ferrari just moving up a position. He's got a 138.7 as well. That just pushes Raffo down to the back of the pack. Yeah, it's a shame we're missing a few drivers tonight. Only 8 drivers on track. Might end up stretching out over the course of a half-hour race. We'll see. Just holding that pole then, CJ. Only pushing is an outlap this time though, so this one won't count. 4.5 minutes remaining of qualifying. Dukes, evening brother, how you doing? All good, I hope. Not under any pressure from some certain people, I hope. Bastard. Marky Weeks has just chucked himself onto pole at 1:37.2. CJ's still on purple laps though. We'll see what he can put in. Won't know now till he crosses the line. Back on track Wednesday, Dukes. What's it going to be then, CJ? There it is, another pole sitter, 1:36.984, a quarter of a second faster than Mockin's time. He's just coming up to the line as well. He's got a tow off Audi Ferry up this back straight. Get a tow down the line towards the start-finish line as well. Yeah, looking for that tow. Let's see what he puts in. Oh, not quite. 1:37.6. And he's still pushing as well. Just gone slightly quicker himself. 1:37.174. So he jumps in front of Mockin. A few drivers in the pits then, just trying to. CJ for the win. What, not Potter? Not Potter for the win, no. .1:36.9 then. Can anyone else get it? Oh, Manny got it wrong on the way out of the hairpin. Right-hand tyres seeing a bit of wear now then, so he might chuck himself in and try for one last lap. Has he got time? No, I don't think he has. CJ has. He's already in the pits. He's getting that second, that's next set of boots on. He's going to have to be quick. Mocking Weeks still out there though. Can he better his time? 37.2 at the minute. Money's on CJ, but do your best, Potter. Oh, Mocking Weeks pulling over then. Maybe getting a couple of practice starts in. Still out, Manny. Still an opportunity for him to have a go. Mocking Weeks, yeah, does look like he's practicing his starts. Try not to spin those wheels up, get as much traction down as possible, fire that car forward. Fat Pickles, a little bit of a wiggle on through the chicane. Those sausage curves may catch one or two drivers out tonight. Chucked himself into 4th position though, Fat Pickles, 137.6. Raffo 5th, 138.0. Potter 6th, 138.2. He is on a hot lap, so he might be able to better that time. Audi Ferry 7th, 138.4, also out on a hot lap. And Danny ST now 8th, also on a hot lap, but not going very fast by the looks of it. Down into that hairpin. Who have we got then? Money. Who's that just in front of him? So we're over to the 15 minutes now then. Anybody that crosses the line. Who's that, Potter? See what Manny's got. It's not quicker. Was that Potter that went? Yes, it was. 137.9. So he does go slightly quicker. Gets himself 5th. But it is going to be CJ on pole. Manny 2nd. Mocking Weeks 3rd. Fat Pickles in 4th. Potter McPot in 5th. Raffo sideways for 6th. Audi Ferry 7th. And Danny ST chucks himself into 5th, 137.9. So he pushes Potter back down to 6th then. Raffo down to 7th. Audi Ferry down to 8th. CJ holds onto that pole then for race 1. Big up Fat Pickles as well from the Dukes. A few drivers that know each other in these lobbies. Not just on track, but off track as well. Here we go, drivers trying to take sets of tyres out before we kick into the race. Fat Pickles is having a go as well. Like I've said, it's easy spinning up a set of rears. You can take a set of fronts out by the, in between like qualifying end and the start of the race, then, you know, fair play. Potter's on one now as well, but tyres are far too fresh for that to be done before he's in control of the lobby as well. Giving the ready signal is Potter. Let's get race 1 underway then. Here we go. Minute race round at Dragon Trail Gardens here. Only 8 drivers on track, unfortunately, but drivers not competing obviously lose their advantage in the table on points. It's going to allow the drivers to close that gap up on Hirakram anyway, obviously, if he's not racing tonight. Go on, Dan, show them how we do it. CJ getting a decent start. Mocking also getting a decent start. Danny getting a decent start as well. Oh, Manny firing himself up the inside of CJ though. He'll have the advantage as they come into the chicane. Fat Pickles looks like he's got his nose up the inside as well. Potter's looking for a move up the inside of all 3 of them. Touching there between Potter and Mockin, but nobody coming off. All 8 drivers making it through the chicane cleanly then, neck and neck as they head down to the hairpin at the bottom of the hill. Manny leads us in. CJ already picking up a penalty, obviously cutting the chicane a little bit too tight. Fat Pickles right on his rear bumper for 3rd, Potter McPot in 4th. He's got himself past Mockin in 5th, Danny ST in 6th, Raffo 7th and Audi Ferry 8th. Snake through lap 1. Manny having to go defensive. CJ all over the back of him then as they come out of this Pentagon section. Fat Pickles just in striking distance as well. Let's get ourselves on with CJ. Manny making that Ferrari as wide as possible. CJ just backs off as he runs into the turn, coasts it in, tries to drop his penalty. He does so now. Still got Fat Pickles, Potter, everyone else still trailing behind. Not a lot in it. CJ then not able to use the toe to close up on Manny down that start-finish straight. Holds it. CJ ghosting a little bit through there. Doesn't need to. He's got to exit out of the hairpin though. Sorry, out of the chicane. Has got Fat Pickles right there with him, pushing him down the hill towards the hairpin. Potts just on the back end of that fight as well, as is Mocking Weeks. Top 5 then broken away from. Oh, Raffo. Brake pedal failed, maybe, I don't know, but just went straight on at the hairpin. Danny ST holds his 6th. Audi Ferry then takes 7th. Raffo work to do to try and close back up on those two. Top 3 now pulled a little bit of a gap. Potter and not Fat Pickles, Mocking Weeks just been dropped a little bit by those top 3. Half a second as they run up this hill for lap 2. CJ not in a position to pounce here, nor is Fat Pickles. Mocking Weeks has kept himself behind Potter as well for the time being. Let's see if anybody makes a move down this start-finish straight. CJ's too far back from Manny, 0.8 of a second where they've started lap 3. CJ's under threat though. Fat Pickles having a look at his rear bumper. Potter and Mocking fight in the background. Fat Pickles pushing them, everyone getting a little bit squirrely. And he's lost a bit of time going through that chicane. Both of these drivers getting a little bit of a toe down towards the hairpin then. CJ closes right up on Manny again. Fat Pickles brings himself back into the fight as well. A little bit deep on the way out of the hairpin. Slowed him down a little bit. That's brought Potter and Mocking back into this fight, side by side through these left-rights. Potter just holds it. Mocking Weeks, though, is giving him some grief at the minute. Now it's all about CJ and Manny in front. It's a whole second back to Fat Pickles. And Mocking not able to close the gap up on Fat Pickles either. So Manny holds the lead still. CJ second, 0.5 of a second as they exit that final turn. And closing as they head down towards that start line, 0.4 of a second. Don't think it's going to be enough, is it, down towards the chicane? Maybe. Left the door a little bit open, but CJ switched to the outside. Side by side on the way in. Can CJ hold the line? No, man, he's just got enough room in front to slot his car right in front of CJ's. CJ's going to have another go. Gets a better exit out of the chicane though. Now switches to the inside as they come down towards this hairpin. Goes. Will Manny cut one back up the inside? He's trying, but CJ's got a good enough drive out. He's held that first position, then Manny into second. Fat Pickles still third position, but 1.3 seconds down from the top two. Potter McPot and Mocking Weeks bumper to bumper. 4th and 5th. Oh, Fat Pickles just getting a little bit wide through there. These boys at 1.3 seconds down from Fat Pickles themselves. Danny ST another 2 seconds back in 6th. He's got Audi Ferry just 0.3 of a second back. And Raffo after that little mishap into the hairpin at 1.4 seconds down. Can CJ then make a break? See what tyres people are running. So we've got softs on for CJ, softs on for Manny, softs on for Fat Pickles. We've got softs on for Potter, softs on for Mockin, softs on for Danny, softs on for Audi, and softs on for Raffo. CJ then still just a half a second in front of Manny. Still got Fat Pickles just in the background, waiting for any kind of mistake from these two. Ultimate Pot and Mocking Weeks still battling it out in front. CJ just putting in purple sectors. He is looking to try and stretch his legs away from Manny here. Kept that half a second running down the hill. Gains a 10th on the hairpin, but that again, that time coming down now. Dust in Manny's face on the exit of that turn. Still 0.6 of a second. Just creeping in the odd 1,000th here or there as well as CJ. So softs and a super soft available for race 1. Mediums and hards only for race 2. Again, reverse grid. A different car. That'll come down then. Manny just 1/4 of a second back. Oh, CJ maybe going a little bit deep there. Brings Manny back into the fight. Could be close enough to make a move here, Manny. He's got a good toe. Closes up now, but it's not going to be enough before they get to the chicane, I don't think. Backs off a little bit earlier than CJ. Comes back at him on the exit though. CJ holds it into the chicane. Does he hold it on the way out though? Again, Manny closes up on him. Big handful of curb for Manny through there as well. CJ does pull that gap again. Fat Pickles still just 1.3 seconds back in 3rd. Mocking Weeks has got himself past Potter. Now 2.9 seconds down from the top 3. Ultimate Pot looking to get that 4th place back though, all over the back end of Mocking Weeks' bumper. Audi Ferry has also managed to get his way past Danny ST up into 6th then, Danny 7th. And Raffo's pulled himself back into this fight, just 0.6 of a second back in that Ferrari. CJ and Manny bumper to bumper again then. Again, using the toe, closing up on CJ. Backs off into turn 1 and allows CJ to keep that line. They are still pulling time over Fat Pickles in 3rd though. He is now 2 seconds back. It's a very nice spoiler you're rocking there, Manny. This is Duco, this is the Fusion League, but unfortunately we're missing a few drivers tonight, so there's only 8 on track. There though, Manny. He's not been dropped by CJ yet. The gap does concertina a little bit, between about 0.6 and about 0.3, 0.2. Fat Pickles now 2.3 seconds back. Potter and Mockin side by side again. Potter just slings one past. That was a great move by Potter. He lined that up on the way out of the hairpin. just got his nose in the right place next to Mocking Week, so he couldn't actually hit the lines, and he just allowed Potter to sneak his way back through. So back into fourth then Potter, now 3.4 seconds down from the top three. Raffo's managed to fire himself back up into sixth. Audi Ferry's got something very, very wrong. So Raffo back up into sixth then. Danny ST seventh. And Audi Ferry, no damage on, but he's binned himself off track somewhere. Everybody's staying out for the time being. How many laps do you think they're going to put in on these softs? Everybody on the softs, nobody on the super soft yet. CJ's right tyres looking a little bit worse for wear. A bit better on Manny's car, if I'm honest. So, who's going to gain the advantage? Fat Pickles also just his front right looking a bit beaten up. The rest of them not too bad. Potter McPot then holding that fourth position, still got Mocking Weeks right. Oh, Mocking Weeks. Got his braking a little bit wrong through there. Raffo into sixth. He's now only 1.6 seconds back from Mocking. That Ferrari got the legs to close back up on that fifth place driver. We'll see. He's bringing the time down actually. 1.4, 1.3. Dragging Danny ST with him. Audi Ferry now 3 seconds back. Bit of work for him to do. CJ still under pressure up front then from Manny. Through that double apexed. Manny is, I was going to say, he was literally pushing CJ down there. CJ just got the legs on the Ferrari. Ferrari was closing up using the toe, but once he was out of the toe, the McLaren just kept pulling. Holds first again then CJ. Drivers exploring those track limits, got to be careful. Pickles looks like he's chucked himself in the pits. We'll go and have a look. Potter's got himself into third. He's still got Mocking Weeks for company fourth. Raffo fifth, but Danny ST now having a look up the inside into the hairpin. Backs off. Oh, that's caused Raffo to make a mistake then. So Danny's just put enough pressure on Raffo there to make him outbrake himself. Pushed himself wide. That allows Danny ST to come through and take that fifth. Raffo sixth then. Audi Ferry seventh. Yes, Fat Pickles has come in. Dropped the super soft tyres on now. Maybe a tad early. We'll see how they get on. Everybody else still out on those worn softs. CJ under increasing pressure from Manny here for that top spot though. Still nobody pits. See these two come in. Oh, Potter exploring track limits. Mocking Weeks comes in now. That takes the pressure off Potter for a little minute. Puts Danny ST into fourth. Raffo fifth. Audi Ferry also comes in the pits. So Mocking Weeks sixth. Audi Ferry seventh. Fat Pickles goes through actually. So Fat Pickles into sixth on those fresh supers. Also dropping the supers on. Got to get himself back up to speed as well. So 5.4 seconds down from Fat Pickles. Audi Ferry another 6.5 back from Mocking. Again, totally different battles they're in. Top two still bumper to bumper. Manny not letting CJ out of his sight. CJ is really starting to struggle here with tyre wear though. I see a few corners he's driven himself wide. has just gets himself in front of Manny, but now Manny's having a quick look around the outside as they run up the hill. CJ keeps that car right on the defensive line. Is Mocking going to slot one? Manny going to slot one back up the inside? No. CJ into the pits he goes. That releases Manny into the lead of the race. Pot comes in this lap as well. Danny ST and Raffo in, CJ in. Fat Pickles throws himself into second, does he? Just gets himself out in front of CJ. Manny's yet to stop. Looking to get the most. Oh yeah, I think he's starting to struggle on his softs now as well. Coming into that corner sideways pretty much. Fat Pickles into second then. He's running to the end of the race on those tyres. As is CJ, as is Mocking. Pot fifth then. Fair way down as well. 5.4 seconds back from Mocking. These two were bumper to bumper when they came in the pits. So now got Danny ST for company, 1.4 seconds back. Audi Ferry 7th, just 1.1 seconds back. And Raffo out the pits now, back in 8th place, 2.7 seconds back. So let's just have a look at Potter. No, Potter didn't take any fuel, but lost a massive amount of time to that battle he was having with Mocking Weeks. Race leader comes in then, Manny. Fat Pickles comes through. Manny just arrives at the pit box then. Fresh set of tyres will be going on for him. Gets released. Where's Fat Pickles? Carries the speed down that start-finish straight. Gets himself up front then, Fat Pickles. But he has got Manny for company. CJ just 1.2 seconds back as well. Mocking Weeks in 4th then, 3.5 seconds down. Potter out of that fight now, 5.8 seconds back. Danny ST in 6th, just 0.7 of a second back from Potter. Audi Ferry 7th, 1 second back from Danny. Raffo, it does look like Raffo's put some fuel in. Maniac, don't do that. That's what put Raffo down in 8th. So everybody stopped then. Fat Pickles being the first of the drivers to stop, so his tyres showing a little bit more wear than everyone else's. He's still got almost 11 minutes to run on those things as well. Going to be tricky. Tyre wear at times 5, fuel at times 3. These super softs will get blown out, especially this turn right here. It really doesn't like this corner. CJ's closed that gap just 3/4 of a second. On board with CJ then, looking at the battle for first at the minute. Fat Pickles holding that inside line into the double apex hairpin. So it is McLaren, Ferrari, McLaren, bumper to bumper then as they head down this start-finish straight. Manny has a look at Fat Pickles. CJ follows him through. Oh, tiny bit of contact. Not sure if Fat Pickles realised that CJ was there. He has to back off and allow CJ that position. It's a good effort, Fat Pickles, but unfortunately down in 3rd now. But we'll see if we can get back, keep hold of these two. So we're back as we were, Manny versus CJ up front then. Mocking had a great stop. Got himself away from Potter. 2.7 seconds down from the top 3, so a bit of work to do. Potter just himself out of danger of Danny ST as well. Audi Ferry and Raffo slowly closing these gaps back up to them. Manny carrying far too much speed through one of those turns through the Pentagon, nearly catching himself out. That's him and CJ side by side as they run up the hill. Manny just holds the inside line. CJ thinks about running it around the outside, but he's going to lose too much time. And then gets back on the toe, running down the start-finish straight. They're just backing off as they head into turn one. No chance, full power. There's those sausage curves you've got to be careful of. So that gap just creeps up to about half a second. CJ will still get a toe down the hill. Now 1.6 seconds down in third. Joaquin Weeks now only 2 seconds back from him. Looks like he's closing the gap up in that Hyundai. Ultimate Pot was 6. He's now 5.8 seconds down in fifth. He pulled a little bit more time over Danny ST as well, so just gives himself a little bit more breathing room. Audi Ferry 1.8 seconds down in seventh. Raffo is pulling that gap back on Audi Ferry. It's now 1.3. It was 1.9 last time I looked. Ferrari versus McLaren then, still on. Gap down to 0.3. I've got just under 7 minutes remaining of race one. Weeks is closing up on Fat Pickles. Could be on here for a position change. Putting time somewhere on Fat Pickles, that's for sure. Ultimate Pot gains more time between himself and Danny ST. Stretches up to 2 seconds. Ferry and Raffo getting closer together as well, just 3/4 of a second between these two. CJ's retaken the lead of the race. Did I miss that on the run into the hairpin? Did he manage to get him on the way into the chicane? Either way, back into first for CJ, Manny second. Fat Pickles 2.6 seconds down. Mocking Weeks now bringing that time down massively, down to 1.2 seconds. Is it going to be enough before the end of the race? They're all on very similar tyre wear. Fat Pickles' tyres are a couple of laps older than Mockin's. Top two still bumper to bumper. Again, as long as CJ can get a decent drive out of that final turn, I don't think the Ferrari's got him. Might just all be about waiting for a mistake. Again then CJ. We're going to see Manny make a move into the hairpin. He's running out of time, he's running out of corners to make his move first. He has been in first a couple of times, but CJ's always managed to get it back. So Fat Pickles in third then. He's now got Mocking Weeks just 0.8 of a second back. There he is, well within a slipstream range. Gained a bit of time through here, but he's actually lost a tiny bit of time. He's going see about 2 laps by the time they cross the line. Is it going to be enough time for Mocking Weeks to get that position? Is it going to be enough time for Manny to have a go back at CJ? We're talking of that. They are side by side as they run up the hill into this final turn. Side by side on the run out as well. It's going to be a straight out drag race down this start finish straight. Yeah, the McLaren's just got it, maybe only by a mile an hour or something, but it's enough to keep Manny at bay running down that start finish straight. Fat Pickles and Mocking bumper to bumper pretty much as well. Got to keep my eye on this fight though. CJ and Manny still battling out. Have been from word go. Nowhere for Manny to go there. CJ's McLaren in the way. Can Fat Pickles hold on to third? That Pentagon section again. CJ going defensive. Comes back over to the racing line. Oh, we're going to see Manny go for a switch back here. No. Almost side by side on the run out again. CJ holds on to it for one more lap. They might still see 2 laps now. Yeah, they will. Not everybody. Fat Pickles and Mocking then. Mocking chucks one up the inside of the chicane. It's not enough. He wasn't able to carry the speed. But he is piling that pressure on Fat Pickles right at the end of this race here. He's looking for that 3rd position. Can he get a good run down the hill? Hugs that inside line. Mocking Weeks looks to run around the outside here. Who's going to win on the brakes? Mocking Weeks has just about got it. It's a slightly better drive out. He has to compromise his line through the hairpin. But he does get himself into 3rd then. Fat Pickles now 4th. Can Fat Pickles do anything about that? So back up front, the CJ Manny fight. The gap stretched just up to 0.7 of a second there. 30 seconds remaining on the race clock. These two are just going to see another lap. I think everyone else will take their places as they cross the line. Maybe you might see 1 or 2 other drivers cross, we'll see. See Mocking and Fat Pickles, yeah, go for 1 more lap. Ultimate Pot does go through for his final lap. Danny ST doesn't, so he takes 6th then. Raffo takes 7th, Audi Ferry takes 8th. And then back up to this battle at the front here. CJ Manny getting closer together again as they run down towards the hairpin. Points this race for CJ. He's going to pole. He's got fastest lap at the minute. He's looking for the win here as well. Mocking Weeks is just holding enough time between himself and Fat Pickles Bro as well. Ultimate Pot is too far back to make any Position changes now, unfortunately, but Manny is pressuring CJ into these last couple of turns. Again, CJ hugging that inside line. It's going to be a run down to the start-finish line for these two. Manny not able to run around the outside of CJ, so CJ's going to take the win here in race 1. Manny takes second. Mocking Weeks is going to come home for third. Backwards he goes. Fat Pickles takes fourth. And Potter comes home at fifth. Danny ST, Raffo and Audi Ferry finishing 6th, 7th and 8th. So that was race 1 done and dusted. Some real good racing in that one. Top 2 pairs really having a good old battle there. Potter was involved in that lot, but unfortunately just missed out in the pits somehow. So we'll have a little bit of a break in between race 1 and race 2, and then we'll just have probably a 5-minute break between the two. Then jump into that reverse grid at Alsace Village. It's the reverse track as well, so turn 1 is an uphill, I don't even know how to describe it, dog leg, but about as tight as your driveway. It's ridiculous. Yes, Christopher, says Jeno, taking the win. Duco giving you shouts as well there, Chris. Well driven, Chris. He had his money on you from the start as well. I hope you've shouted that at him as well, Jeno, while he was crossing the line. Yes, Christopher. Yeah, missing a fair chunk of drivers tonight. It's a shame. Congratulations to the top 10, says CJ. Even I get points in that race then. Always. Well done, Jeno. And feel free at any point during the next race, just clap him round the back of the head. Right? That's from Smoker. Give him one of them. Yeah, so that blob you can see on the screen now is Alsace Village. It is a dirty, dirty track. That's I've just missed turn 1, unfortunately. CJ going to take us for a run round. Probably rubbing the back of his head at the minute. First ever Fusion win. Ooh, rear wheel giving you the shouts as well. Unlucky Manny. Yeah, there's a good battle between those two. Real good battle. Manny was rapid, good racing from him. Clean and fast, yeah. A reasonably long track here then at Alsace Village. Audi Ferry in his second car choice of the Audi. Oh, okay, virtual slap. All right, well that's fine. If you forget, Jeno, just remind me that you've forgotten, and I'll clap him at next time we go Donington. Danny ST. In fact, let's get ourselves on with Raffo. We'll see this corner for how disgusting it really is. So that's it, up the hill, around those little left rights, real tight this first few corners. Just starts to open up now as Raffo gets the back end of that BMW stepping out. That's not the view I wanted. That's the view I wanted. Little hairpin, difficult coming the other way as well, carrying a lot of speed into that one. You've got that little turn just on the way in as well. Noted, well done Geno. And into the bank turn, carry a fair chunk of speed, just got to be careful halfway through, back off the power and then back on. And the awful section here, all off camber. Just trying to run you out to the outside of the track, make you run on the grass. Degree left coming up. Sweeping right-hander again, just got to be careful on the way out of this one. Holding off on sticking the power down into this hairpin. Again, just drops off as you run into it, so it just wants to unseat the car a little bit. Through the little kink to the right then, and down to the final turn, which is almost hairpin. Again, just flat. Disgusting, it just wants to push you out wide. Whose choice was Alsace Village 2? Oh. There are those first couple of corners of speed. Again, might not be too bad with only 8 drivers on track, but when you've got a full lobby it can get a little bit chaotic in some of those first few turns. So you'll notice everyone in a different car for race 2. There is this is a 2-car series. You have to stick with the same car for race 1 each week and the same car for race 2 each week. And if you swap your cars, you get penalised heavily on points. Audi in the Audi then. Danny has gone for the BMW. Another BMW for Raffo, Ferrari for Mockin, another BMW for CJ. I have to wait for everybody else to get out on track. Fat Pickles is in a Lexus. Annie in the Jag for race 2. I forget what Potter's in. Is Potter in another M3? That's not the track, Manny. Two-minute warning then, Potter's given everyone. Ferry just chucking in purple sectors. Makes no odds though, it is a reverse grid for race 2. And only hard and medium tyres can be used as well. So different car, different tyres, completely different track. I hope you lot have put the practice in. Is in the lobby now. Let's see what car he is in. Yes, he is an M3. I thought so. Here we go then. Potter's just left the lobby. He might attempt a bit of a lap just to get himself used to the tyres. halfway round and start the race. We'll see. So you have to use each compound of tyre as well. Although a set of hards might last you a full race, you have to stick the other compound on as well. You have to do a minimum of 3 laps on each tyre as well. Fat Pickles for the win. Ooh. Duco getting his predictions in. He's in the Lexus, Dukes. Does sound good though. Quad exhaust hanging out the back end of it. Yeah, it does look like Potter's going for a full lap. Popular car, the M3. It is in the GR3 and the GR4 league, to be honest. There's the ready signal from Potter then. Go, just about to get underway with race 2 here tonight then. Another half an hour battle round at Alsace Village 2. Reverse grid. Medium and hard tyres only, and a different car. Fat Pickles for the win. Well, he's got to start from 4th from the back. He's only actually 5th on the grid, so Audi, Ferry, Raffo, Danny, Potter, Pickles, Mockin, Manny, and then CJ. That's the grid order. Lights are red until they go green, and we'll get this one underway. Decent camera angle for a change, and there we go. It's a great start by Mockin in the Ferrari. And the ST fighting his way through as well. Raffo though holds the lead. Potter has managed to fire himself. Oh, he's fired himself into first. Raffo's got the tail end of his M3 a little bit sideways. That's opened the door up. Potter's got himself through then. Raffo's second. Danny ST side by side as they run up the hill though. Raffo will just hold the line onto this next turn. He's got a couple of drivers looking for a way through as well. Rocky Weed slots one through. Audi Ferry slots one through. Fat Pickles looks up the other side at the inside of the hairpin. Doesn't make it through. Holds 6th then. CJ 7th. CJ 8th, still side by side with Manny. So Potter up front and pulling time already on the hard tyre. 1.2 second lead over Raffo. He's managed to hold on to that second, but Mocking Weeks is looking for that position. Around the outside he goes. Not been able to do it. Audi Ferry now looking for that position off of Mocking Weeks. Side by side with the Audi. Still side by side with the Audi. So Potter still leading at 1.3 seconds. Still putting time. Raffo second, Mockin third, Audi Ferry 4th. Fat Pickles in 5th. Manny almost side by side with him in 6th. CJ 7th. Danny ST in 8th. Potter's made a little mistake though, that gap down to 0.9 of a second. Raffo, Mockin and Audi as they were heading into this final turn. Mockin carrying a bit too much speed into there. Oh, a little bit wide on the exit, as is Raffo. Ferry not able to take advantage of either of those little mistakes, unfortunately. Fat Pickles into 5th in that Lexus. CJ 6th now in the BMW. Danny ST in 7th. Manny now at the back, 10.9 seconds down. Oh, That'll be the reason. Back into that Aston stepping out. So then almost 1.4 seconds up front. I do just want to keep my eye on this fight that was kicking off between CJ and Fat Pickles. CJ's got himself in front. Into 5th then for CJ. Weeks then into 2nd place, now starts to pull that time down on Potter, also on the hard tyre as well is Mockin. Raffo still holds 3rd, IGTSH Audi Ferry in 4th, but CJ has closed himself right up on these two. In 5th, looking for 4th or 3rd or 2nd, or if he can get them hammer down early enough, 1st. Then pressuring Audi Ferry for that 4th position. Still got Fat Pickles for company. Who's still got Danny ST for company. Unfortunately, Manny now 11.5 seconds down. That Ferrari is closing up on Potter, corner after corner. Seventh, still pretty close together. Fortunate for Manny, now 11.6 seconds down, making a mistake somewhere in lap 1, lap 2. Oh, it's obviously lap 1. So gap still at 0.9, 0.8 between Potter and Mockin. Gap between Mockin and Raffo coming back down though. CJ is all over the back of Audi Ferry. Let's get ourselves on board for this fight. Oh, Raffo stuck a wheel on the grass, nearly lost the rear end of that BMW. That's going to give Audi Ferry and CJ a look as they run down towards this bank turn. Audi Ferry looking to run around the outside. CJ slots one up the inside here. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? Plenty of room to Audi Ferry there as well. Carries the speed out, so he does get himself into 4th then, CJ. Potter is only just there as well, so that 1.3 second lead he had is all disappeared. Mockin Weeks right on his rear bumper, Raffo right behind Mockin as well. And we are on with CJ chasing the top 3. Running wide there, Potter. Raffo has a think about having a go at Mockin through the hairpin, gets a good run out as well. Carries a bit more speed than Mockin Weeks out of that hairpin. Looks like he's going to get himself into 2nd. He's going to have the advantage into this final turn. CJ is just aiming for the gap at the minute. Backs off a little bit early. Goes for the cut back up the inside, nearly squeezes one up the inside of Raffo, still side by side with Mockin Weeks though. Audi Ferry had another look back at CJ through that final turn, but it didn't work out. Absolutely neck and neck these first 7 drivers. We should drop a safety car in and slow it all down and let Manny catch back up. Audi Ferry's made a mistake. Fat Pickles is having a look for that 5th position. Gets cut back up the inside. CJ kicking it dirt through there as well. Now the outside for Fat Pickles, side by side with Audi Ferry, running up towards this bank turn. Who's going to win out in that fight behind? Does look like Audi Ferry's just got it. Pickles slightly compromised on the way through that turn. Here we are still though on board with CJ. In fact, what we will do So we'll get ourselves on with race leader Potter and look back at these maniacs trying to get past him. So Mocking Weeks just quarter of a second back. Raffo another quarter of a second back. CJ is another quarter of a second back. All on the hard tyres for race 2. What was the top 3 first race? It was CJ first, Manny second, and Mocking Weeks third. That's what it was. Still Potter holds the lead. All looking for a way past, going for a wiggle on the way down. Potter's run it a bit deep. Oh no, he's cut it back across. Again, CJ looks for that slightly tighter inside line to have a go at Raffo, but it's not worked. Top 4 have now pulled a gap from Audi Ferry, Fat Pickles and Danny ST. On lap 5 then, Potter still leads. Mocking Weeks second, Raffo third, CJ fourth. Got Audi Ferry. Oh, has he managed to hold it? Pickles is having another look for that 5th position. Hairpin a little bit wrong through there. Can he get the cutback on the way out? Does carry some good speed. Is he looking for the inside line into this bank turn? He's got his nose up the inside of Audi Ferry. Able to do it. Audi just carrying a little bit more speed around that turn than Fat Pickles. Danny ST has kept himself right in touch with these two as well. Manny has closed that gap up. It is now 9.5 seconds from 12, so he is slowly closing up. 20 minutes remaining. Let's see if he can get any positions back. Top 2 have made a little bit of a break. Potter and Mocking, bumper to bumper. CJ and Raffo still at it in the M3s behind. Back on board with CJ. Carries a bit more speed out of that turn, runs himself up the inside of Raffo. Mocking Weeks is looking around the outside of Potter in front as well. Oh, Potter almost outbraked himself. But CJ does slot himself through into 3rd at the same time. Raffo now 4th. And holds it. Mocking Weeks looking for a way past Potter here though. Potter holding that inside line. He's doing well to defend against the Ferrari. It does look a bit quicker. Can he carry the speed around the outside here? It's a tricky turn in itself. Oh, he keeps his nose up front. He's going to have the inside line into the hairpin. What can Potter do here? A little bit of contact between the two, but it does look like they're both slow out of there. CJ's going to have a go at the pair of them. Back across, CJ holds on to 2nd just. Mocking Weeks comes back at him on the way out though, but CJ's going to have the line through this next turn. He's closing up on Potter as well. CJ does get himself through to 2nd position then. Mocking Weeks 3rd. CJ is closing up on Potter rapidly here, chucks himself up the inside. Potter almost took his nose off. Slowed CJ down. Mocking Weeks comes back to have another go. Raffo still tucked in the background of this fight as well. Mocking thought about it. Real good fight here between these top 4. Now I'm going to see CJ have a go at Potter here. In that inside line again. We have seen him get the braking a tiny bit wrong here, but CJ runs to the outside. Got his driver's braking. CJ brakes later. Skids it a little bit. It's the better drive out. Potter's chucked himself in the pits. He's ditching those hard tyres now. That puts CJ into race lead. Mocking Weeks second. Everybody else stopped out. Let's see what Manny does. Manny stops out as well, so it's only Potter that's come in. Now we've got Mocking Weeks piling the pressure on CJ for first. So I've got a quick flick through as well, see what's happening with the rest of the field. Raffo tucked in that third position. Fat Pickles into fourth then. Audi Ferry 0.7 of a second back. Danny ST in sixth. Now 1.9 seconds back from that battle in front. Manny goes through, not stopped yet. Potter just come out the pits on the mediums behind him. 13.9 seconds down from race leader. Is that going to give him the benefit? Is it going to give him the advantage? Sorry, when the other drivers come in. CJ and Mockin still battling out for this top spot. Great race, come on Potter, says Duco. He's got every driver to try and get past. Again, nobody else has stopped yet, just Potter. CJ still holding on to top spot then. Raffo looking to close that gap up on those two in front. Fat Pickles fourth. Still got Audi Ferry just 3/4 of a second back in fifth. Danny ST in sixth. Potter McPot seventh then. He's already made his way past Manny. How far back is he from Danny ST? 4.7 seconds, and he is closing up on race leader as well. That gap down to 13.1 seconds. It just jumped to then 12.9. With these two having a punch up as well, it's going to be slowing them down. CJ chucks himself in the pits. Mockin stops out then. Raffo's also come in the pits. Fat Pickles has come in the pits. Audi Ferry has stopped out. So Pot goes through then to take third position. Apologies. Driver's already out the pits. So CJ takes third. Potter takes fourth. Raffo fifth. Manny sixth, but not stopped. Pickles seventh, just stopped, fresh set of mediums on board. Danny ST now stopped, fresh set of mediums on board. Mockin and Audi Ferry not stopped yet. Now, can Potter catch CJ? Can CJ get away? Where's it going to bring Mockin Weeks out when he comes in the pits? Tyres not looking too bad at all, to be honest. He's just put his fastest lap in as well at 2:04.9. It's not the fastest lap of the race, but it's pretty quick. Audi Ferry then into second, again not stopped. CJ in third. Potter 1.2 seconds down in fourth, so he has lost a bit of time to CJ. Raffo fifth, another second back from Potter. Manny 1.5 seconds, nearly 1.6 seconds down in sixth. Again, yet to take on a different set of tyres. Fat Pickles in seventh, Danny ST in eighth. Are we going to see Mockin come in this lap? Struggling on that final turn, carrying a lot of speed. He does, tucks himself in now then. Are we going to see Audi Ferry follow him in? He does. Right, CJ then through to take race lead. Potter. Where's Mockin going to come out? Ooh, he's going to drop himself into fourth. So it is CJ leading then. Potter is just a second back. Raffo another 1.2 seconds back. Mockin another 1.3 seconds back. Fat Pickles 2.2 seconds down in fifth. And Audi Ferry also back out the pits. Fresh set of mediums on. 4.6 seconds down in sixth. Danny Danny ST closing up on him a little bit, 5.5 seconds down. Manny back out the pits, fresh set of mediums on, now only 3 seconds back from Danny, so he could be on here for another position change. But CJ starting to pull away from Potter, could be on for a double win here, CJ. Don't be binning it and blaming it on me because you're listening to the stream, right? Commentators curse and all that. Oof, Potter running it wide in the background. Raffo actually pulling a bit of time back on Potter. Top three then, BMW, 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 followed by Mocking Weeks in the Ferrari. CJ, there goes Potter, there goes Raffo, there goes Mockin. Another 3.7 down to Fat Pickles in 5th. And Ferry 3.7 down. It's pulling a bit of time back on Fat Pickles. Whether it's enough to get that time before the race is over, we'll see. 11 minutes remaining. Manny into 7th then. Danny's lost that position. He's down in 8th, so it's turned out to be not as much of a mess as first thought for Manny. He didn't pick up damage, but he was ending up 12 seconds down after the first couple of laps due to a bit of a mistake. So he's had to haul all that time back on the hard tyres, and he's closed it back up enough to gain the position on Danny for the time being. Have closed up a little bit. Yeah, Potter's pulled a bit of time over Raffo now. That gap was at just under a second. It's now at 1.5. Potter getting a bit of a toe off CJ. I was going to say that'll be the reason Potter's put in fastest lap of the race, so 103.3. CJ a couple of tenths down on that, so Potter is looking to close back up on CJ here then. Can he take 2 wins in 2 races? Can Potter close it back up? In 3rd then, got himself past Raffo. Raffo made a little mistake. In 5th then, still 3.5 seconds down. And Ferry another 3.7 down. 5.2 down for Manny, and he's still got Danny ST for company, just a second back. Where's that Ferrari? 1.7 seconds down. Can Mocking Weeks do anything with these medium tyres? Did seem like the faster car in stint 1. So he managed to get himself through traffic Mocking Weeks. It did seem like it was the... No, there you go, Mocking Weeks just putting in a fastest lap. 203.297 for Mocking. Still 1.6 back from Potter, unfortunately. Still another 1.2 back from CJ. Like those little rasps. CJ now then 1.5 second lead. He's got 8 minutes to try and keep it on the black stuff, pointing in the right direction on the black stuff as well. Ooh, excuse me. Weeks is bringing that time down as well. 1.1 seconds between himself and Potter. Potter's got his work cut out then. He's got to try and close that gap up on CJ, but it's not happening. and try and keep himself ahead of Mocking Weeks. Now lost a bit of time, 4.5 seconds down, brings himself under threat here from Fat Pickles in the Lexus. 1.6 second gap between 4th and 5th. And Ferry also brought that time down. That was about 3.7 seconds. It's now to 2.7. And he's still 5.3 down in 7th, so doubtful he's going to close that gap back up with Audi Ferry. Danny ST has been dropped a little bit as well now, 2.2 seconds down in 8th. So CJ keeps that gap at 1.5. Potter McPot now got a mirror full of Mocking Weeks. Just half a second down at the minute is Mocking. Closes up again. Now it's the run down to that bank turn. Has Mocking Weeks got the legs in that Ferrari to keep up with this BMW of Potter's? Fires one up the inside, does Mocking. Look at that grip of that Ferrari. Slung it around that corner. Already pulling away from Potter. Potter did stop a lot earlier than everybody else. A lap, maybe 2 laps earlier than some of these drivers. So his tyres a little bit worse for wear compared to possibly the 2 drivers in front. Let's just have a flick on board with CJ. Yeah, his tyres are a lot better. Mocking Weeks are, well, they may as well be new. So, just over 5 minutes remaining. Can Mocking Weeks bring that time down between himself and CJ? Enough to put the pressure on him. He can. Gets it down to 1.2 seconds. Potter now been dropped off that fight. 1.2 seconds down himself. No direct threat from Raffo, 4.3 seconds down in 4th. Fat Pickles, unfortunately, has not been able to bring that gap down any closer, 1.9 seconds. But Audi Ferry is down to 2 seconds for the 6th place driver. Manny's pulled about a second back as well, 7th. And Danny ST's lost about a second. Gets his way past Potter. Got the gap down to a second between himself and CJ. 4 minutes 20 left on the race clock. Potter's just got to keep it pointing in the right direction for 3rd now then, really. This is where the battle's up. Going to be just 1.1 seconds. That Ferrari has looked pretty quick here tonight. With Mocking Weeks then, looking at CJ leading the race. Gap still at a second between these two. There's Potter in 3rd, now 3.3 seconds down. Time bouncing around a little bit between CJ and Mocking. Everybody's starting to struggle a little bit on tyre wear. Potter a little bit more than everyone else, being as he stopped slightly earlier. That gap between CJ and Mocking down to 0.8 of a second. Keeps it at 0.8 as they start lap 14. 0.7 of a second between the top two. Into that tricky downhill right-hander. Whoa. Mocky Weeks exploring those track limits. Dirty tyres on the way through the hairpin, but keeps himself just in touch with CJ. The gap does stretch up to about a second again though. Gather it back up on the way out, brings it back down to 3/4 of a second between himself and that first place. Half a second in it. Thought about slinging one up the inside there. It's a good drive out of that turn as well. Waiting for the right moment is Mocky Weeks. Just 1 minute 10 seconds left on the race clock. So do we see Mocky Weeks go for it here? Is it a long enough start straight? CJ's managed to keep it at 0.4. It's not going to be enough here for Mocky Weeks into the final turn on this lap at least. But it will be all or nothing now as they cross the line. It will be final lap. Just 33 seconds remaining as they do cross the line. It's on now for CJ to try and hold on to this one. Weeks is going to try every move in the book to get past. CJ defensive over the hill. Weeks again looking to get the better run down towards the hairpin. Not quite able to sneak one up the inside though. He's kept himself right there with CJ. All kicked off here. Fat Pickles has got himself through to third, Potter fourth, Raffo fifth, Audi Ferry sixth, and Manny seventh. Danny ST now way off the pace, 10.4 seconds down in eighth. Let's get back to this fight. CJ hanging on to this top spot by the skin of his teeth at the minute. He's holding those inside lines, not making it. Now Mocking goes for a move up the inside. CJ side by side with him. Still gets a good drive out though. Thought Mocking had got it then. CJ came back at him on the way through though. Totally different mind on the way through there for Mocking. Oh, he's run himself on the grass though. He's put himself backwards. Can't even see him. He's going to lose positions. He's picked up a bit of rear end damage. Some drivers, he's got himself back on track, but he's going to be running slow. He might lose this second here. So CJ can just coast around these last couple of turns. All the pressure's off him now. And he rolls across the line. Double win here for CJ tonight then. I can imagine he'll be ecstatic. Mocking Weeks does just hold on to that second place. Again, by the skin of his teeth. Fat Pickles takes third, Potter fourth, Raffo fifth, Audi Ferry sixth. Manny comes home for seventh. And Danny ST taking that eighth position. Yeah, what a shame there, Mocking Weeks. What a shame. Just trying to carry a little bit too much speed out of that turn to make the run on Potter down towards that final corner. Wheel on the grass, too much power, around he went. So, unfortunate for Mocking, he did manage to hold on to that second though. But yeah, I'm sure he'd like to have a run at CJ down that last little straight. But that was it. Week 5 of Mature Racing Club's Gran Turismo Championship, Touring Car Championship, done and dusted. Rounds 9 and 10 tonight. Right, what have we got coming up? Sunday night, we're back at 9 o'clock for the P1 GR3 League. Monday night, we've got the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup at 8:30. Wednesday night, we're back with the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. And then Friday, back with this. Week 6 of the GTTCC. I don't know where we're at. It is the finals of the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League as well, and it's at the Nordschleife, which always... Geno, I can imagine you're happy with that. Rusky dude, right, who's posting these crappy links, right, piss off. I'm going to report you, then I'm going to remove you, because I think it's porn, so no. See you later. If you see any of those people, just delete them, report them, whatever you need to do. Bastards. But yes, that's pretty much going to be it from me tonight. If you want to help my channel out, you can get yourself over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker. Drop some donations on there if you want. I'd much rather you got hold of me at dartsmoker@googlemail.com or via the Facebook page, and I'll throw you some stickers for the same price you took a donation on that donation site. Also got t-shirts as well, so hit me up at the on the Facebook page or at dartsmoker@googlemail if you fancy any of those. Yes, good driving from all drivers there from Duco. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Shame we were missing a few drivers, but still made for some good racing. But yes, that's it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dartsmoker. I'm out of here.